Jesus speaks to the criminal on the cross. I tell you the truth, today you will be with me in paradise. One of the criminals who was crucified with Christ had recognized who Jesus was and expressed faith in him as Savior. Here we see God's grace poured out through faith, as Jesus assured the dying man of his forgiveness and eternal salvation. All he wanted was to be remembered, for someone to know that he had been, and perhaps that in some way he had mattered. Perhaps it was the sentence of death, and perhaps it was the way he'd seen the crowds remember Barabbas that made him think about his own worth. For the first time in a long time, he began to think seriously about his own life, how it had affected the lives of those around him. Certainly he deserved to be where he was, but did that somehow change the love that his God, the God of Abraham and of Isaac and Jacob, might have felt for him? Was he irredeemable? Perhaps if this one, that they had only crowned as a king days earlier, would remember him, things could be different. It didn't change what he had done, but it might give him some peace, that at least one person might remember him a little bit differently. When he asked Jesus the question, he might have only seen it as a last-ditch effort to get some sympathy from someone, even if it was just one of his fellow prisoners. And yet the criminal could hardly believe his ears when this Jesus promised him with conviction, I tell you the truth, today you will be with me in paradise. Why would Jesus honor him with that kind of connection? He wondered how he, one of the greatest sinners, could be welcomed back. This sort of mercy was foreign to him, and yet at the same time a new peace passed over him. The cross he was strapped to began to take on less meaning. Even as this was certainly the end, for him it began to feel like a new beginning.